I'm out. Well, this has certainly been a long time in the making, and I've not been lazy. I've been quite busy, but not being out and about and doing vlogs and doing some photography. I'll explain more in a little bit. Just wait for the noisy motorbikes to go past on the other side of the river. Yeah, I think they've gone now. Honestly, I've got sports cars, motorbikes, jets, you name it, everything's sort of going through here at high speeds. So I've made the decision this morning to come out to betws-y-coed. So yeah, welcome. And today is all about things that block your inspiration, stop you from doing what you want to do. Over the past couple of weeks, I've really felt as if I've hit a bit of a sort of dry spot with the vlogging, with the photography, and yeah, just trying to get out here and do anything. It's been harder than normal. And the reason why it's been more difficult than usual is because March and April have been a complete and utter washout. When I say a complete and utter washout, a washout will be something, but we've had nothing. We've had nothing in the way of creative weather, anything to inspire anyone. And I've got to be honest, it's not for trying. I've been out a number of times, or at least gone to go out, and actually just had a look at the sky, and it's turned me completely off. I've turned round, gone back in the house and made myself a coffee. And I've been looking for inspiration, and I've just not been able to find it. Until last night, I was in a little bit of a grunt with myself. I was feeling tired, I was feeling lethargic, and just nothing would do. That was until Sarah came home from work. She said, get your gear, come on, we're gonna go out and do some photography. Go for a nice walk and just sort of take a couple of images. And you know, it worked, and it worked well. Again, the weather was nothing interesting, but I just managed to get a couple of shots, blow the dust off the camera, and actually go out there and be a little bit creative. And I've got to say that I'd really, really missed it.
outside of the break
Perfect
your...
timing there, mate, tell you. Whenever I start these vlogs, I always start off fresh and clean. I always end up a little bit sweating, a little bit grotty, not long into it. So like I say, went out last night, did a little bit of photography and really enjoyed it. And yeah, I just wanted to be more creative from there, and I knew that I needed it for today. The plan was to come out today, but again, I was looking at the weather forecast and it was saying it was going to be windy and cloudy. Now, there isn't a drop of wind around here. It's as calm as it can be, but we've certainly got the cloud and we haven't got the good light. And that seems to be my biggest challenge. It's always the weather and the location I want to shoot it. And I'm sure this gets to a lot of YouTubers. They start running out of fresh locations. Locations to inspire them. Locations to discover and to discover more of. And it always feels that if you're revisiting a location, it has to be better than the previous time you were there. Or it does for me, certainly. So weather conditions, locations, and trying to get a better vlog than I've done before. It's a bit of a challenge, and it can't always be achieved. Before I got into YouTube, one of the people I used to watch religiously was Peter McKinnon. I've always taken inspiration from Peter McKinnon. Certainly in his early work, I really liked the way that the vlogs flowed, and it was more about photography back then. But there always felt to be a hidden message as well, and it was all about giving people inspiration to go and sort of almost copy what he does. Fast forward 4 years, and that's why I'm doing it, if I'm truthful. Tractor whizzing by now. Honestly, I'm in the middle of the forest. You wouldn't believe I was anywhere near a road, but just on the other side of the river, there's a main road that goes all the way through to Snowdon. Anyway, in one of Peter McKinnon's vlogs, he mentions done is better than perfect. And I kind of understand what he's on about. It's taken a number of years to work out what it truly means, but I've used that now. So much so, I believe that Peter's also got it tattooed on his arm. So it's clearly something he lives by. Now, when I first heard that from Peter, I questioned it and I thought to myself, well, surely he should do the best at all times. Strive for perfection. And I think realistically, he does. Peter McKinnon is one of those people who you just know by his work that he spends so much time making sure that everything is as perfect as he can get it. And that's the key, as perfect as you can get it. A lot of the times you don't have the tools. Things are against you. You're fighting the elements. And after years and years of thinking about that and what it actually truly meant, I think I finally get it. Because I've been struggling through March and most of April to try and get the best weather conditions, come to a location that's interesting, exciting, that you guys can come along and think, wow, you know, really have the wow factor. I've sort of dug myself into a hole where instead of actually just going out and enjoying what I do, I've been trying to get the best from everywhere. And sometimes you just can't do that. And I think it's really, really important to tell ourselves this and remind ourselves that we will come across challenges like this in our lives, where everything just feels as if it's a little bit difficult. Sometimes it's a good idea to move away from it completely. Give yourself a time limit and a bit of a break. Find other things to do. So there we have it. Behind you guys is the bridge. So I'm going to walk around now, have a walk on the bridge and just sort of see what I can get from that location. Now, when the bridge was last out, I carried on walking. It's a bit of a hike. You sort of go right up and then down onto the other side. And there's some interesting parts there. So I'm going to explore back there. I think I'm going to have another, just walk around there and see what I can come up with. But yeah, it's just brilliant being out. It's just absolutely glorious. The weather is not doing anything special. It's quite dark clouds up there. There's a little bit of rain as well. But yeah, fingers crossed and keeping dry because I've actually left my coat in the car. When I got out of the car, beautiful sunshine. So yeah, it's a little bit of a contrast today, but enjoying it either way. The path certainly isn't as wide as it is further back. It's a little bit more steep and treacherous as well. We've got a sheer drop to my left here, but don't worry, the barbed wire is keeping me safe. But yeah, this location here, I can either climb up over the roots or get caught on the barbed wire. The camera doesn't do it justice on actually how steep this is, but there goes nothing. Vlogging, eating trees as it goes. Whew. Right, carry on. But once you made it down here, it's well and truly worth it. And plus, you pretty much have the place to yourself. All the tourists and stuff stay further back, and yeah, this is brilliant. Just got to get there. Catch you in a minute. So I hope you can hear me with the rush of the water behind. It's quite powerful here. Yeah, it's breathtaking really. I'm going to sign out here before my voice goes sort of shouting over this water. But yeah, I'm going to sign out here. It's been a fantastic day, and I just hope you can take something away from this video. My inspiration was really low. I've still got a hunger. I've still got a massive appetite for photography and video and doing YouTube. It just feels that I'm doing the same thing time and time, sort of rinse and repeat all the time, and I just wanted something different. And I think once you start doing YouTube, once you start getting into photography, the more you get into it, the better you become, the more creative, the more aware of sort of all different elements, the more you want to impress, the more you want to get better quality, better interesting, more interesting videos out there. And you're pushing yourself all the time, and sometimes it's good to step back. And I think this is what I'm going to do from now on, is just sort of step back a little bit and just produce what I want to produce. And that probably sounds a little bit selfish, but without that, I'll be waiting for the perfect day. I wouldn't have come out today because the weather conditions just aren't perfect. I wouldn't have driven an hour and a half to get here, a couple of hours walk, a couple of hours doing photography, and I wouldn't have enjoyed it. And I'm back in work next week, and I just feel that, I don't know, it's like everybody, work, the people I work with, the atmosphere in work is so high pressure that nobody can talk about anything apart from work, and it just drags you down. I think that's what's got to me. Nobody has that personality outside of work. And I'm sorry if there's anybody from my workplace that's watching. They're probably not, so I'll just rub it on. But yeah, I just want to break away from that sort of cycle, going to work, having a few days off, not really doing anything with my days off, not coming out to locations like this and taking in the splendor. I'm completely recharged now. I've completely recharged my batteries. Sarah will vouch for me. I was low as low could be yesterday. And I know we live in a time where everyone's talking about depression and anxiety and all of the rest of it that's being forced down our throats. And it's almost as if we don't feel normal unless we're depressed or anxious about something. No, stuff that there's no way I'm that far. I just feel a little bit stuck in a rut. And the only way that I can get out of that rut is pull myself out of it. I've done that today with the help of Sarah from yesterday, and yeah, absolutely thank you for taking me out yesterday. I needed it, and I needed it more than I actually thought. And in return of that, I've come out today. Time's ticking on. I'm probably going to be late for my tea, so I apologise now, Sarah, if I'm home late for my tea, but yeah, it was well and truly worth it. So yeah, from betws-y-coed, or the back end of betws-y-coed, I think Swallow Falls is sort of less than half a mile away up this path. I'm not going to venture any further. I'm going to head back to the car, go home, get my tea, and yeah, reflect on the day, I think, and then get the video posted out and do what I need to do with the images. But yeah, I've got a smile on my face. I think that says it all. A smile on my face says it all. So I'm going to start rabbiting now. Going to head back. So thank you very much for watching. I'm not even going to say, you know, subscribe, do whatever you need to do, because you know what you need to do. And to be honest, I couldn't care. I've actually enjoyed making this video that much. I don't care if people subscribe, but it would be great if you could. So yeah, from betws-y-coed, North Wales, time to say goodbye. I'm going to go. Definitely going to go this time. All the best. Take care. Next video out very, very soon. Bye-bye now. Woo!